Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the STOMP Wrestling channel. It's your boy, the Beanie Boy without a beanie boy, and Mr. WrestleDrop, Mr. No Days Off. Feels good to be back, I got an invite from the STOMP Boys telling me, come through, come through. We need a guest on the podcast, on the channel, and here I
Yep.
am. So this is me. Thank you so much for having me, Mr. WrestleDrop.
Hey man, we've been looking at you for a while, up and coming content creator. We just had to
Hey
have you on the
man,
channel, man.
Hey man, I mean, I've only been doing this for like 2 months, bro. So it's crazy to have me on this podcast, on this episode, on this channel. Thank you so much, man. Okay, anyway. The only thing worse than that introduction at the moment is SmackDown. And that is exactly what we're here to talk about because what on earth is happening on that blue brand?
Bro,
Mr. Drop, I mean, you brought it up and it computed in my mind
yeah.
that SmackDown is shambles right now. What's the issue?
Hey man, it
What's
just the
going on?
show is just not as good as where it once was. The fall from grace is something. Honestly, from the OG Bloodline segments
Crazy.
to having, I mean, Edge was on the show at one point. We had all these people on the show, and now we get Grayson Waller and Austin Theory doing their stuff pretty deadly. And look, it's nothing against them, but they are weekly people on the show. Like they are mainstays on the show rather than having superstars on the show. And I think it's just so many problems with SmackDown right now. I don't even know where to begin.
And I mean, that's not to say that Raw and NXT are perfect.
No,
Not by any means.
no.
We've got the Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Final Testament story that's just dragging on for
Shout out
way
Odyssey
too.
Jones though.
Shout out the Big O. Um, on NXT, we've got promos for days. Like we could fill up an entire episode of NXT with
Promos.
just
Oh damn.
fuck my life. So by no means is NXT and Raw perfect, but SmackDown is just lacking in so many departments.
Yep.
So many departments. Literally, I can count the good things about SmackDown on one hand. And one of the good things are on one leg. Jacob Fatu is
Oh,
literally
I
injured.
had no
It's still
idea.
one of the best things on the show. It's
Yeah.
just, SmackDown is such a
You know
problem,
what's the
bro.
things I tolerate about SmackDown right now?
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes, because he's Cody Rhodes.
right,
Jacob Fatu, because he's Jacob Fatu.
right.
Nia Jax, but not the
Facts.
segment we had last week.
Oh no.
Not that.
Oh no. Oh no.
Not that. Tiffany sometimes
Because
she's
she's with Nia
yeah,
Jax.
but sometimes she's real annoying, and that might be it. I'm not gonna lie. DIY when they put on a banger, but when they doing anything else except for wrestling,
Yeah,
I don't care right
yeah.
now.
And it's frustrating, bro, because all these good elements have no connection whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think another good thing that's happening on Raw is the whole Judgment Day situation. Yes, maybe we're nearing the end, and that's good. Like
Yeah,
some things need to come to an
of
end.
course.
And that's what could be the problem with this entire bloodline thing, because now it's just going
Yeah.
way longer than it should. Hopefully Roman Reigns coming back ends this whole thing, maybe with the War Games match, and it's done. But honestly speaking, that is draining the show because, to your point, they are taking over every segment.
Yep.
It's like a 2 hour show, 2.5 hours. They're taking over at least an hour and a half every show. And it's frustrating because it's almost as though they're the only people on SmackDown. So I don't know. How do we fix, okay, we can't fix anything.
Yeah. How do we fix it? We can just complain. That's all we can
Hey,
do.
man, that's what we do. That's our job.
Yeah.
But how does Triple H fix SmackDown? Does he get advice from Shawn Michaels, who is cooking on
Cooking.
NXT? He's doing more with his one lazy eye
Yeah.
than Triple H is doing with two proper eyes. It's frustrating, bro. How
Uh,
does Triple H fix SmackDown?
Look, I think the first place, or not the first place, but one of the things he could really do, well, Shawn Michaels could come in and do, but anyway, is fix that women's division. The
Yeah,
star power, bro. They are missing
yeah.
Charlotte Flair so much. So much. And
True.
I don't think I'd say that because I thought we needed a break from Charlotte.
From Charlotte, fact.
Which we probably did. Like, that probably still stands there. But right now, the star power.
Enough is enough.
You need to leave. Now, just Bailey is boring.
Yeah.
She is. Even as a heel, she was pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there was a cool moment when she turned on damage control, but that quickly went like, okay.
And we needed that.
Yeah, we needed that.
She needed that. Even.
But then since then, she probably because she didn't have anyone to face. Like, she's been in and around Naomi for a while. I mean, Naomi's doing what? Nothing. Bianca and Jade Cargill.
That is just there, bro. They're just wrestling.
How are you not having Bianca and Jade Cargill going for titles or doing something above the tag titles now? Move on from that. It's just, bro, the women's division is an absolute mess.
Yeah, it's an issue.
This is leading to Tiffany turning on Nia, which cool. But then what? Does that make Nia a babyface thereafter? You know, like, that doesn't add up to me. It seems too predictable. It seems too... Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think at this point you just want to give Tiffany and Nia the tag team titles. And then have Tiffany cash in on Nia Jax and have them feud. Because honestly speaking, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, yes, they're wrestling a lot for women's tag team champions, but still, they're not... those titles are cursed.
They are cursed. You can't the way it is. The only little bit of legitimacy those titles had was Bianca and Jade.
Exactly.
And they didn't even hold it for long.
And then they lost it for a cheap pop. Like, it's...
For a cheap pop, yeah.
Oh, shout out Stacy. But it's so frustrating what's happening on SmackDown.
Can we talk about the tag division?
What tag division?
Exactly. Can we talk about that? Who's our tag champions right now? Is it Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa, or is it Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu?
I don't know.
Because I swear, did Fatu not win it with Tama?
Has to be tag team champion, bro. I don't care who says what. That guy has to be champ of some sort. That guy is...
I think he should be the one to dethrone Cody at this point. Honestly.
Could be.
Honestly.
Just for him to lift up the title.
And lift it up upside down or something. Up sideways and upside down. Oh no. That guy.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, the things we do enjoy about SmackDown are just comedy, bro. Like, we enjoy roasting SmackDown.
Timu, Bloodline. We got The Weeknd, Solo Sikoa. We got Tanga Loa with his eye patch. There's nothing serious, bro. And they took out Roman Reigns. Like,
that's the thing.
Okay, but they needed to. They needed to, in all honesty.
Of course.
But still,
it's like they had no plan after that.
Yeah. But the tag division, okay? So they won the titles from DIY after DIY held it for what, a week?
Less than a month, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Why? What was the point? What was the point? DIY could have had a decent run with it. Faced some decent guys. Faced Street Profits. Faced... Who else is there? This is the problem. Austin Theory. Oh no, we don't need that again. But again. They could have faced a couple people. I mean, there's Pretty Deadly, who on their day are pretty good. But yeah, we just had to give it to the Timu Bloodline just to give them some sort of legitimacy.
And I think even if that was necessary, it didn't have to happen when it did.
Yeah.
You could have easily given them... These people have been around, bro. They're still going to be around. Unfortunately, Timu Bloodline is something that we're not going to get rid of in the next 3-4 months. They could have easily captured those titles later on. After, to your point, DIY challenged everybody.
Exactly.
And that would have added legitimacy because they would have been the team that knocked off the unbeatable DIY.
Exactly.
I think there's just so much ill booking that has gone on, especially with that tag division. The main event picture is steady because he is champ. So we've got a reputable champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, people are bashing the run. It's too early. Like you said on your solo video, it's too early to do that.
Yeah.
There's a plan.
Do I like that plan? Do I like the predictability of the plan? Probably not, because it makes everything in between feel unimportant.
Like dead space, sure.
Yeah. I think that's another problem, maybe. It's predictable on how long Cody is going to be champion for. You know, we know it's gonna at least be till minimum Royal Rumble, most probably WrestleMania. You know, that's what we know right now. So this match against Kevin Owens, do people care other than the fact that he's probably going to turn heel? Probably not. You know,
I know I don't.
Yeah, I actually hope KO turns heel. I would like for him to turn heel because that's another thing. SmackDown don't have top heels other than Solo Sikoa. They really don't. And let's talk about the mid card. Let me go on to that because I have a theory. Logan Paul ruined SmackDown's mid card. He killed it dead. Compare Raw's mid card to SmackDown's mid card.
Yeah, I get that.
The people cooking on Raw in that mid card. At one point we could have seen Sammy as champion, Braun as champion, Chad Gable as champion. Ivar even at one stage could have been an IC champion before he disappeared, got injured. There was
Ilya.
Bronson Reed now is doing his thing on the mid card.
Squashing people for a living, though.
And I'm loving it. But the amount of people in that mid card, they could all be champions at some point. Sheamus now, Ludwig now. Like,
true,
bro.
Done. Done.
You're Pete Dunne.
Bro.
My guy Pete Dunne, but nobody seems to like him. But
that's the unfortunate thing. But it's also this, which is another topic for another day, but this brand split nonsense that people try to portray. We're not going to get behind Pete Dunne as a potential intercontinental champion if he's hopping between NXT and Raw.
I feel that.
Is he chasing the mid-card champion on Raw? Or is he chasing Trick Williams on NXT?
I feel that because they just make him lose on Raw and he wins on
NXT.
Bro. Mia Yim went through the same stuff, bro. She was doing back and forth.
Michin was losing every week on every brand, bro.
Yeah, and she's so good, But anyway, what I was saying about the Logan Paul ruining the SmackDown mid-card division is there was no one to fight for this title for so long that people were just fighting for the sake of fighting.
There was no title to fight.
They were just fighting. Like now we got Andrade and Camilo cooking, but what are they fighting for?
Nothing.
You know,
speed champion that doesn't even appear on television.
Yeah, I mean. And then we had LA Knight fighting. He's been dealing with Santos Escobar for a while. Now we see that's finally come to fruition. But do we care? No, because LA Knight's beat him like 3 times already. Or beat him up at least a couple times. Maybe not a match. So it's just, this whole mid-card division just feels like they've got no purpose. And that's because of Logan Paul. As much as we liked his matches, him not being around, I think, damaged that mid-card.
Now, what do we do? What do we do about the mid-card? Because I think it's frustrating that every division on SmackDown is a problem. Like, there's no green light.
There's nothing cooking.
There is no green light. I think there has to be a serious rebuild. Like, there has to be starting from the bottom type of rebuild.
You know what my hope is?
Each division is redefined. Because honestly speaking, there is no hope for anything.
My only hope is they are moving to the USA Network soon. And I hope whatever ideal show Fox is trying to look for, that's no longer a thing. Because the way SmackDown looks and is presented is very different to Raw. Very different. Raw feels more like WWE, and SmackDown feels more like we're trying to make some sort of mixture between WWE and a sports-based approach of some sort. I mean, you don't see stories like Dom and Liv on SmackDown. You don't. You see this person facing this person. They're going to have a number 1 contenders match, and they're going to face the champion. That's what you see on SmackDown. Like, SmackDown feels like one big tournament. It's an unspoken tournament. Like, this person will face this person will face this person, then they'll face each other, and then you get the number 1 contenders. That's how SmackDown feels most of the time. So I'm hoping when they go to USA, it's going to feel more like WWE at the end of the day.
Hey, bro. Are there any other points you'd like to bring up about the shit show? Because honestly speaking, the fact that we have to endure SmackDown every week at this point is so exhausting. Even Randy ran away to Raw. Because he knows there's nothing cooking on the blue brand. Anything else, bro?
One last thing is I can see SmackDown cooking towards Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania. because I think then we'll get more Roman. We'll
Yeah.
finally see the bloodline story implode. We'll start seeing Cody against Roman, Rock, whoever. Those names will start coming in, and SmackDown will get better. But that also coincides with going onto the USA Network and not Fox. So
True.
that's my only hope at this point, and that's all I have to say.
Look, I think in closing, I'd just like to point out that this is by no means SmackDown hate. Like,
Nah, it is.
we mention
I'm hating, bro. I'm a hater.
No, but we mention it every time a show is shitty, that this
Yeah.
show right now is not doing the most.
Yeah.
And this time it just happens to be SmackDown.
Mhm.
I think if you go back far enough, you'll find us shitting on Raw.
Most of
You'll
the,
find
to be
on
honest,
NXT.
yeah. Over the years, it's been Raw, bro. Raw has been
Exactly.
people's biggest
Hardly said
hater.
anything about SmackDown, bro,
Yeah.
because SmackDown has the capability, and at some point, as you alluded to, was a very decent show.
Yeah.
But as mascots of the IWC, if something is not going right, we
That's
need
horrible.
to mention it.
Mascots of the IWC, that's horrible.
That's us, bro.
That's
us.
horrible.
That's us. But yeah, look, we hope for the best, because at the end of the day, we're the fans and we're supposed to be watching this product. And so we'd rather watch and enjoy than just have to watch because we need to turn on cameras and
Facts.
speak about them on a YouTube video. But we have hope. We have hope. I think that's it from us. Let us know down in the comments what you think. You're probably watching this video and thinking SmackDown is cooking right now. It's the best it's ever been. Let us know in the
Yeah,
comments.
cook
We can
us.
rock with you. Yeah, I mean, you've been cooking us in the comments. People have been hating on Stomp in the comments, but it is what it is. That's how we got to 1,400 subscribers. Shout out to you.
Shout out.
Shout out to the 1.4. We appreciate it. Much more content to come. We're switching things up social media wise, content wise. We're looking to rebrand, refresh, and come back with even better content. So until the next time, it's been your boy, the Beanie Boy without a Beanie Boy, and Mr. No Days Off,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
WrestleDrop. And we will see you on the next one.
Peace.
Too sweet.